Well, this Friday marks 14 years since the September 11th terrorist attacks. And for a teacher from Paramus, New Jersey, September 12th, 2001 began what has turned into a massive special nationwide effort to give back to those protecting our country.
The day after 9/11, I entered my classroom and decided that I needed to address the tragedy head-on.
That decision grew into the nonprofit Operation Goody Bag, a way for children, teenagers, really everyone of all ages, to honor our troops and remember 9/11. Jane Costco, Operation Goody Bag founder and executive director, joins us live in studio this morning. And you brought some of your goodie bags.
Yes, we have the supplies.
You do have the supplies. Before we talk about how the goodie bags, talk to me a little bit about how this started, because it's evolved over the years.
Yes. It was out of my classroom the day after September 11th, and I thought we needed a way to channel the children's grief. I taught in a town close to New York City, so there were several people who were killed in the town. And we reached out to first responders and the troops and decided we would say thanks through the gift of personal items first, personal hygiene items, and that became very expensive and heavy. My husband's a Vietnam vet, so he was anxious to support the project, but he said there comes a time when we're going to have to cut expenses. So we tried to figure a small personal way where if someone were to receive the gift, they would get an individual gift that they would know where it came from. And that's where the lunch bag came out.
So tell me a little bit about the lunch bags. We have some examples here.
Yes. So we have nationwide leading up to 9/11 and all year long people color brown lunch bags. We started out with brown, we've moved to white. People started asking where's the white crayon, and it got a little crazy. So they color bags, and they also, I think we have some samples of letters that people also write, postcards. And then we spend the rest of the year filling the bags. Filling the bags. At events.
And this is an example. So we have some lifesavers like this, the gum.
Smarties usually are in there, and always a Tootsie Pop.
Always a Tootsie Pop. And always, like you said, a personal message. That a lot of children have done this.
Yes. This one's actually from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I remember that one when it came in. It's so adorable.
So how did it grow from Paramus to, I mean, last year every state in the nation
Yes, last year we had 64,000 volunteers on 9/11, or a couple days leading up to it, coloring bags and writing postcards. And we just started reaching out. I think these people sacrifice so much time and effort away from their families to keep our families safe, that you feel they need to be thanked, and they don't get thanked enough, and that's our mission. So when you give a bag to a sailor or a Marine like we do on the ships that we've been on, and you see their face, you can't stop doing this.
And you mentioned the ships during Fleet Week. Now you guys are really involved. And the Navy comes to Paramus now.
Yes, Navy comes to Paramus, and for at least 7 years they've invited us down to Norfolk, Virginia, and the commander said, Jane, could you get one-way transportation? And I'm thinking, well, maybe they just they're going to send me back in a truck. And it turns out we were put on the aircraft carriers to come up to New York for Fleet Week. So we've taken tremendous 4-day trips out at sea with the sailors and Marines, and doing our project and sharing our experiences with them.
And the troops really appreciate this.
Oh my God.
You get tons of thank you cards from them. We have one example, if you want to read that one line. This is one of the letters.
This is typical. It was incredible. If you haven't seen a grown man cry, well, we did yesterday. People that I never thought this would touch were in tears.
What is that? How does that make you feel?
It's amazing. It really doesn't. Those kinds of letters, which we have thousands of, consistently bring me back to when, you know, we were all volunteer, no salaries, we work hard, and this response, you can't stop.
You have people of all ages that are participating in this, but specifically the children and the school children. So many of them weren't even alive yet on 9/11. What do you hope that they get out of this nonprofit and doing this work?
Well, I think the important thing is that we take first responders and the military for granted a lot of times, and until you need them for an ambulance to come or a police officer to come over and help you no one says thanks to them. And it's really important. Shake their hand. You know, when you see them personally, if you're in an airport and you see a military, go up and say thanks for your service. And we hope that this project, it's so simple, it's easy.
Right.
It will start a lifetime of service because they get a good feeling from it initially because it's so personal. And then we hope that they serve for a lifetime.
And instilling that patriotism. Really quickly,
Exactly.
we just have a few seconds.
Yes.
Tell me about what you guys are doing on September 11th this year and how people can get involved.
Yeah, September 11th this year we'll be at Viacom, which is home for SpongeBob, for people who don't know. And we are they're sponsoring 5,000 bags for our Day of Remembrance event, which we hold every year. And people across the country, we have postcard kits online that they can purchase and help us and get involved. Yeah.
Jane, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thanks for having us.
And thank you for the work that you do. And for more information on Operation Goody Bag, you can head to our website, cbsnewyork.com. And this coming Friday, of course, we'll have live coverage remembering 9/11 right here on CBS 2. Our coverage begins at 8:25.